We've got the NBA 2 here on Saturday. 5 games in the association today, headlined, I guess, by the Lakers again? I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest, we don't have the most, name value in these games today. We've got Bucks, Hornets, Raptors, Celtics, Lakers, Pelicans, Spurs, Mavs, and Jazz, Kings. I'm not gonna lie, there's 5 very clear winners in these games, and we're gonna tell you if they're gonna win or not. Okay, and then we've got spreads to pick up as well. But, these are, on paper, these are kind of 5 layup games. But we'll see. We're going to go through every single one of them here, like we do every single day here on the channel, picking every single NBA game here for the 2024 and 2025 NBA season. And folks, again, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Make sure to leave a like if you are enjoying it. And also go make sure to check out our college basketball predictions. We did our best bets for the college basketball slate today here on Saturday, so go make sure to check that video out. Link is in the description down below, as well as our NFL predictions, our college football predictions, and our UFC 309 predictions as well. Okay, let's get on to our 5 NBA games here today. We start things off in Charlotte, North Carolina. You got the Bucks going to Charlotte to take on the Hornets. And yes, we are going with the Bucks. Okay, still no Damian Lillard back. Chris Middleton's still injured. That's fine. Everyone's literally hurt. It's just Giannis. I mean, it took 59 points out of Antetokounmpo to win their game against the Pistons on Wednesday. They won their in-season tournament game on Tuesday against the Raptors. And you know what? Guys? The Bucks are heading in the right direction. They actually are. Okay, believe it or not, this again, they started 2-8. They're now 4-8. They're going in the right direction. Okay, and we were always saying who's gonna step up, who's gonna give Giannis some help, Giannis and Dame some help. But you know what? Giannis said no. Or actually, no. The entire team said we're not gonna help Giannis. Just make Giannis do everything, literally everything. Get him some help, man. I know when Middleton and Lillard come back, it's gonna be better, but still. It's still going to be just Giannis. I guess Brook Lopez was the guy who kind of stepped up. 40 points, 30 points for 40 minutes, 30 points for Brook Lopez. Other than that, I'm looking at you, Taurean Prince, your 15 points. DeLon Wright played 27 minutes and had 0 points. Sure, he had 8 assists, but still. AJ Green played 21 minutes and had 3 points. They're running an 8-man rotation. Pat Connaughton, 25 minutes, 6 points. Gary Trent, 35 minutes, 11 points. Andre Jackson Jr., 31 minutes, 4 points. It's hard to win basketball games like that. Giannis, obviously, with 59 and 44 minutes. Oh, my goodness. How did Taurean Prince play the most minutes? What is Darvin Ham's obsession with Taurean Prince? I don't understand. I don't get it. Luckily for the Bucks, they're playing the Hornets. Yep. And Charlotte's won 4 games this season. I don't know how they beat the Pacers. I don't know how the Pacers are so bad right now. It's pissing me off. Next time the Pacers play, we'll go into a great detail about how much the Indiana Pacers are pissing me off right now. But Charlotte's lost back-to-back to Philadelphia. Jared McCain, drops 30 on their head, does a TikTok dance after. By the way, I love Jared McCain. Shout out to him. But regardless, the Sixers win that game by 2 points, and then Charlotte gets blown out on Tuesday against the Magic. They've had a lot of time to prepare for this game. Now they have a back-to-back against Milwaukee and Cleveland. Oh, that's great. Charlotte's gonna get killed this game. Their entire team is LaMelo Ball, kind of like the Bucks. They're just relying on Giannis. Well, the Hornets just kind of rely on Melo. So. Are we taking the team that relies on Antetokounmpo, or are we taking the team that relies on LaMelo Ball? I'm taking the team with Giannis, okay? Again, the Bucks need to find a way to get Giannis help. If not, he will leave. He will definitely leave this team in the offseason if they don't get him help. We'll see. Again, the Bucks, I'm not scared about this team not making the playoffs. They will get there. Again, they started 2-8, but trust me, Milwaukee will be fine. They're getting 3.5 points in this game, and I do think they'll cover. I really think they will. Give me Milwaukee in the matinee game. This one starts at noon on the West Coast, again 3 o'clock on the East Coast. Give me Milwaukee to dominate this basketball. Actually, no, they're not going to dominate. The Bucks can't dominate anybody. I think it's going to be close, and the Bucks kind of just pull away at the end of it. Give me Milwaukee to win. They'll cover those 3.5 points in the fourth quarter. It's going to be the Bucks here in our opener. Next up, we go on to Boston. You got the Boston Celtics taking on the Toronto Raptors. Now, there is no doubt in my mind the minus 2,000 favorites winning this game. Oh, big shocker. We're taking the minus 2,000 favorites in the Boston Celtics to win. The pick here is, believe it or not, the Toronto Raptors to cover 16.5 points. Why? The Raptors have played 2 back-to-back games where they have covered this line. They lost by 4 to the Pistons, and they lost by 14 to the Bucks. Before that, they lost to the Lakers by 20 points, okay? They lost to the Clippers by 2 points. That covers. 15 points to the Kings. That covers. 2 points to the Nuggets. Covers. A win over the Kings. Covers. 6-point loss to the Lakers. Covers. 5-point loss to the Hornets. Covers. 2-point loss to the Nuggets. covers. 11-point loss to the Timberwolves, covers. And then a win over the Sixers, and then a loss to the Cavs. They have covered this line in 11 out of the 13 games they've played this season. And I get it, they're taking on the Celtics, but still, beating another professional basketball team in the National Basketball Association by more than 16 points is a lot. Now, if it's ever going to happen, it's going to be in this game right here. I mean, again, if a 16.5-point line ever makes sense, it's literally with this Toronto Raptors team taking on this Boston Celtics team. I completely get it. And again, that's why there is no controversy around who's winning this basketball game. But even the Celtics, when you look at their side of things, have they covered this line, and who have they done it against? Okay, they just did it against the Nets. Better than that, lost the Hawks, doesn't cover. 6-point win over the Bucks, doesn't cover. 4-point win over the Nets, doesn't cover. Lost the Warriors, doesn't cover. 20-point win over the Hawks, covers. 10-point win over the Hornets, doesn't cover. 15-point win over the Hornets, doesn't cover. 3-point loss to the Pacers, doesn't cover. 11-point win over the Bucks, doesn't cover. 6-point win over the Pistons, doesn't cover. Wizards win by 20. Knicks win by a lot on opening night. Still, though, over half the time, the Celtics don't cover this. And I get it, they're taking on the Raptors without Scotty Barnes. Obviously, God, who's still injured? Jacoby Walter's still out and company. Emmanuel Quickley's still out. But, you get Grady Dick. You get RJ Barrett. You get some guys who, can kind of keep it respectable. Oh, this is going to be rough. They just lost the game by only 4 points to the Pistons, right? Jakob Poeltl had almost a 20-20 game, which is crazy to me. He had 25 and 18 in that one. I swear I got a notification on Reel today that he had a 20-20 game. But 25 and 18, that'll play. That'll play from Jakob Poeltl, right? Hey, if he puts anywhere near those numbers, if he's in the ballpark against the Celtics, they don't lose this game by 17 points. That's all I'm saying. I get it. Scotty Barnes is out. But, Grady Dick and RJ Barrett. And now, hey, Jakob Poeltl can lead the scoring. I get it. Second half of back-to-back. That's fine. 17 points is a lot of points. It's a lot. These are professional basketball players. This is my message to the Toronto Raptors. You are professional basketball players. Don't get blown out. See this line that Vegas has you at? That's disrespectful. Don't lose the game by that many points. It's only happened to you, twice this season? Don't let it happen again. Give me the Raptors. Cover the 16.5 points against the Boston Celtics. Next up, we move on to the Pelicans, the team that I love fading the most. I absolutely hate the New Orleans Pelicans. Nothing personal. It's just, they don't really cash our bets. I get it, they're injured. That's fine. But until they're healthy, we're not going to pick the Pelicans ever. Ooh, they beat the Nuggets. Don't care. The Nuggets are actually, I don't know. That's a weird game that the Nuggets lost. I don't really care. The Lakers are looking great right now. That Spurs game, they fell behind 9-0 at the beginning of the game. We, got to cash in on some great underdog value once they went down 9-0. Guys, I don't know how many times I can state it, but I will continue to state it. Anthony Davis is the best player in basketball. And it's not close. It is close, but I do think by far he's the best player in the game right now. 40 points against the Spurs. He had to deal with Wembanyama the entire night. And AD's now averaging 31 and 11. And he's putting this team on his back. And at the same time, LeBron James is averaging 24, 9 and 10. The guy's 39. AR, by the way, shout out to AR, averaging 19 points a game. I didn't know if this Lakers big three, and yes, I'm including Austin Reeves in the big three. I didn't know if they could ever win with just these guys without any added pieces. Until now. I think they can win with these guys this season. I'm serious. I think they can go all the way. Now, is it going to be tough to beat the Thunder? 100%. 100% is going to be tough to beat the Thunder. But I'll make the case right now, guys, the Lakers are the second best team in the Western Conference. If healthy, I'll make the case. I'm fine making that case. I'm serious. The Lakers should dominate the Pelicans. The Lakers, I know, play a lot worse on the road than they do at home. But, LeBron James, 3 straight games of triple-doubles? Insane. It's insane stuff. I think it's four straight games of triple-doubles for Bron. At 39. This is unheard of. I don't want to be that guy. But was Jordan doing this? That's all I'm saying. When Jordan was with the Wizards, he wasn't doing this. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Give me the Lakers to dominate the Pelicans here. New Orleans is at home. Again, they usually play the Lakers well in New Orleans, but with this team, with no DeJounte Murray, no CJ McCollum, no Zion Williamson, the Lakers should dominate. As long as the Lakers don't play stupid in this game, they'll win. Give me LA to dominate this game on the road at the Smoothie King Center, if it's still called that. Give me the Lakers to win on the road here in New Orleans. Next up, we move on to Dallas. We've got the Dallas Mavericks taking on the San Antonio Spurs. I don't understand the 10.5 point line in this game. I don't understand it. Is Wembanyama not playing? No, he's playing. I don't understand. I don't get this. This 10.5 points doesn't make sense to me. I get it. The Mavericks are good, and these two teams have met before this season, and the Mavericks won the game by 11 points. That was opening night, and now the Mavericks are on a 4-game losing streak. Did ESPN just get this wrong? Hold on, let me check my app just to make sure I'm not butchering this. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're 10.5. What am I missing? Why are the Mavericks 10.5 point favorites in this game? Now, the way the NBA lines work sometimes, when they don't make sense, it's usually because something that you don't think is going to happen happens. Again, we talked about this with the Mavericks all the time. It's Clay and Luka. Clay and Luka. It's not Clay. It's Kyrie and Luka. Clay, well, I don't know. It's Luka and Kyrie. The rest of the team, we struggle to find consistency. Again, we know how good Luka Doncic is. We know how good Kyrie Irving is. The rest of the team leaves a lot to be desired. And for the San Antonio Spurs, they have a team where literally everybody can shoot. Wembanyama is turning into one of the best players in the NBA. And Chris Paul compliments Victor Wembanyama so well. He does. Chris Paul is an excellent passer still at his age, and he's able to, again, move the ball around and, of course, feed Wembanyama. But everyone can shoot when needed at points. Devin Vassell, Champagnie, Stephon Castle. Watching Stephon Castle yesterday play the Los Angeles Lakers, I'm so impressed, guys. I am so impressed with Stephon Castle. That dude's a hooper. He is a straight hooper. Put up 22 points against the Lakers. I am really impressed. Obviously, I was impressed with Stephon Castle last year at UConn, but man, Stephon Castle is going to be a good basketball player in the NBA this season. I truly believe that. Now, he's not going to be Rookie of the Year because that is going to go to Jared McCain. Now, again, we'll see how Jared McCain's production varies with Tyrese Maxey coming back eventually, but I am so impressed with Stephon Castle. I think he's going to be a very good basketball player in this league. Regardless, give me the Spurs to cover the 10.5 points. They are too good to not cover this line against the Mavericks. The Mavericks team that has lost 4 straight games, and against the Spurs team that has been very competitive in games, and again, just play the Lakers really tight. I get there on the road, but I really don't care. It's still in Texas. It's not that far of a road trip, right? The Spurs are competitive in a lot of basketball games. The last time the Spurs have not covered this line, 10.5, was their loss on November 6th against the Rockets. Other than that, they've covered this line every other game this season, except for their 11-point loss in their opener, again, in Dallas. They have covered this line in 11 of 13 games. Again, same thing as the Raptors. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're not going to cover here. And again, I feel way better about this one than I do the Raptors game. The Raptors are the Raptors. They're the Toronto Raptors. But the Spurs getting 10.5 points with Wemby, with the way they're playing right now, and against a Mavericks team that's lost 4 games in a row, 10.5 is ridiculous. Give me the Spurs all night long. Again, hopefully it works for us. But again, sometimes when things don't make sense with the NBA, it's because the other thing's going to happen. But give me San Antonio to win the basketball game. I like them, like them to cover the game. I do think this is where the Mavs get back on the right track and win. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't mind just playing a little bit on Spurs money line here. They have the capability of winning this basketball game, but we definitely like them to cover the 10.5 points. I don't think the Mavs get this one into double digits, let alone 11 points. To our final game, now this one I do understand the line. The Sacramento Kings are getting 9.5 at home against the Utah Jazz. Oh, the Utah Jazz. They're 3-8 now, better than they were at one point in time, right? At one point when they were 1-7. They're now 3-8. They've won 2 of 3. They've traded wins and losses since they picked up their first win against the Chicago Bulls, going to 1-6. So they won that Bulls game, lost to the Bucks, beat the Spurs somehow, lost to the Suns, and then beat the Dallas Mavericks in their last game by 2 points. And again, you expect me to pick the Mavericks to cover 10.5 points coming off a loss to the Utah Jazz. Now, the Jazz have found their number 1 guy this season. It's John Collins, okay? John Collins has stepped up to the plate, and he will be their number 1 this season. I feel like it is. I feel like he's their guy. Again, Laurie's still dealing with the injuries. John Collins has now been inserted in the starting lineup. He's going to have to be that guy this year for the Jazz. Unfortunately for the Jazz, we're expecting John Collins to be that guy for them this season. Now, the Kings just lost a game yesterday where De'Aaron Fox put up 60 points. They lose it to the Minnesota Timberwolves, a team that lost back-to-back games against the Portland Trailblazers. Guys, the NBA doesn't make sense. These 82 games, it's just so much random stuff happens. How did the Timberwolves lose back-to-back in Portland, the team that got blown out by the Grizzlies last Sunday, and then beat the Kings? I don't get it. In a game where De'Aaron scored 60. Now, it would make sense to pick the Jazz here. Oh, the Kings are coming off an overtime game. De'Aaron just scored 60. Well, you know what? No. We're taking the Kings on a second half of back-to-back because they're still at home. The Jazz still suck. They do. They still suck. And I feel fine with Sacramento in this game. I do. I feel fine with the Kings here. They got to be pissed off after that loss. I like Sacramento here. They're the better team, obviously. We talk about, yes, the lack of depth of Sacramento does hurt them a lot, obviously. The Malik Monk injury is a huge injury to them, and it's a huge deal for them, obviously, because of the production they get out of Malik Monk off of the bench. And again, the Kings are kind of stuck playing this, 9-man rotation. They're playing, obviously, the starting five. They're playing De'Aaron. They're playing... Rosen's out right now. But yeah, they're playing De'Aaron, they're playing Herter, they're playing Alex Len, they're playing Keegan, they're playing Sabonis. Is DeMar playing today? I don't know if he is. But, they're stuck playing Trey Lyles for 41 minutes, right? Because Alex Len truly, it's Alex Len. He played 9 minutes yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say about Alex Len. But they're playing Trey Lyles off the bench, they're playing Doug McDermott, they're playing Jordan McLaughlin, they're playing Keon Ellis, right? Again, this team lacks depth, right? They have their bench guys, but they're not all that great. Is DeMar playing? I would assume he played the second half of back-to-back. That's probably the reason why he didn't play the Timberwolves games, because DeMar will play this Jazz game. The Kings basically are in a position where they didn't beat the Timberwolves, but now they're going to ensure themselves a victory, where they will go out and they will beat Utah in this game. I do like the Kings to get it done. 9.5 points, that's fine. Utah's not that great, and they're going on the road to Sacramento. The Kings are the better team. They'll win this game, and they'll cover as well. So, folks, thank you all for watching our daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back again tomorrow for more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.